Hello, C.R.P.H.A. here. Let's see. There we go. I'm making another video here through our advocacy here, and that is main reason. We have noticed that there are many people who are inconsiderate in Sacramento, among other areas, and one thing is, if one person is already in line and one person claimed to be in line earlier, but yet leaves the line but then comes back, do not cut in front. That person cannot cut in front of the person that was right there. If that same person was in line behind whoever and leaves the line but says, "Oh, I was right behind this person," but yet insists upon cutting in front of you. Those people who do that are inconsiderate, sad, unhappy people. And they should not be doing that. You need to show respect and consideration to the person that's already in line, regardless if you were there and left and then came back. If you left for a certain length of time and you find a new person already there, do not cut in front of them. Don't be a Sacramento brain-dead idiot. Topic number 2. In the month of November of 2017, both myself and my staff members of C.R.P.H.A. went over to McDonald's over on Howe and Arden Way. Howe Avenue and Arden Way. Right across the street from the Del Taco and the Alta Arden shopping center with the Starbucks and all that, and right across the street from the Del Taco and the Walgreens. They were open, and they had the dining room open over at the McDonald's, even with the fact that children running around. And yet at the same time they had plastic covering the areas that were being redone, including outside the building. If any establishment, both food and otherwise, that serves the general public is about to do any alteration or reconstruction or remodeling, should not be open to the public until the areas that are being redone or reconfigured or whatever, or remodeled of any part of the building, until those areas are completely done, put together, redone, whatever, and to where there's no hazardous chemicals floating around in even behind the plastic or tarp or whatever. You will be, though McDonald's can be, and many other places can be, and will be reported if we see that one more time. The health department will not accept that. And yet the manager said that the health department was okay with that. Horseshit. The McDonald's manager of the McDonald's on Arden Way and Howe said, "Oh, the health department said it was okay to be open for business, even with the plastic covering the general areas of that are being redone and remodeled within the building, inside and both outside." Bullshit. You wanna BS the C.R.P.H.A. and BS the general public, then you shouldn't be a manager, and you should not be you should not be working for and around and in the eye of the public. One thing. Any business that is open while any part of the building is being redone both inside and out, doesn't matter if you're a food service or not, we will report you. And if anybody cuts in front of us again and claims that they were behind one person before one of us or anybody else came up to the line and intends to cut in front of that one person, after the one person that claims to be that they claim to be behind that one person that was still standing in line, even after they left, don't cut in front. And if you do that again, we will report you to the management, and even if at all necessary, have the PD on you. We can take it to the extreme extent, and we will. So nobody cuts in front of anybody. I don't care what the fucking reason is. And I don't care what you claim to be. Oh, I was way behind her, or I was way behind this person. Who gives a shit? If the person left, tough shit. You're gonna be either behind the person that's already there, that's behind the other person that claimed to be behind before they went out. They're gonna have to be behind you, me, or anybody else. No cuts and no coconuts. So basically, deal with it. If those people who claim to be behind the one person yet they left before you or anybody else or even myself or anybody and came up there behind that one person that they claim to be behind before you came up, and even after hours after they left or even minutes after they left the line, they can't cut in front, and if they do, you are an insignificant, unrealistic, selfish, and you are not very appropriate, and you're not very logical at all. I don't care what the reason is. And this one is going out to our Regional Transit of Sacramento. We at C.R.P.H.A. are going to put out on this video that RT, Regional Transit of Sacramento, California, needs to get articulated buses, hybrid articulated buses, on the busy routes starting with the 23, the bus 1, 80, 84, and 82, and 25 to start with, and the 21 as well. Because many people have been getting sick and tired of having to stand while everybody else sits when there's hardly enough seats to sit in. Therefore, you in RT, you keep on putting little signs not to be anywhere near the damn doors while the bus is in motion. Aside from the yellow or white line on the floor, where are people going to stand on the ceiling, hanging on the railing that people hold on to while the bus is in motion as they're about to get off the bus, especially? That's not considered safe regional transit. So Sacramento Regional Transit, we will put forth, and we are putting forth, that you get articulated buses, hybrid articulated buses especially, like VTA of Santa Clara County has. Because many people are getting sick and tired of having to stand on those 40 to 30 footers. And also, to Regional Transit of Sacramento, you need to operate the bus system better, because people are getting sick and tired of having to wait longer than they really should, especially in the weekdays, even before 2 o'clock. And that goes on for every route across the board of regional transit in Sacramento, California. And it doesn't cost money to do that either. Yeah, here at C.R.P.H.A. we've been running into different situations and issues and topics and whatnot. And there are many that people don't like, and many people have felt that they have to tolerate, even if they know they shouldn't really have to tolerate it. Whatever it may be, depending on, and of course also depending on what it is, there should be ways to where people, there are ways to where people don't have to tolerate it. Non-harmful ways, healthy ways. So, unbeknownst to Walmart, you need to pay your employees better. You need to treat your employees better. You cannot force them to work either off the clock, like it's been said on the documentaries. And you need to hire more people, even on the holidays. And like I said, you need to treat your employees better and pay them better, to where they can remain independent without having to move back in with their parents or friends or aunts and uncles, whatever. And yes, that's been happening. And you need to get a better, more affordable insurance, Walmart, instead of expecting the state to pay for your employees' medical and dental and vision insurance. If you don't do that, then you might as well, Walmart might as well shut down for good and get the hell out of California to start with, completely. And go back to where Walmart began. And Walmart, if you don't do that, then you can't call yourself a equal opportunity employer. Especially the fact that that Walmart was sued more than once for not allowing women to become managers of any department, including the store, any one of the stores, or even supervisors for that matter. And seeing that the Walmart had to be sued, that's another aspect of Walmart is not an equal opportunity employer. So basically, you're not up here. In order to be an equal opportunity employer, you need to be logical, realistic, even in today's day and age, and realize many things do change, and you need to change with them, including when it comes to wage, the cost of living. And if Walmart's not willing to do that and claims that they are doing that when they're really not, then they need to wake up and smell the coffee, because they need to either do it realistically and logically, or go back to and stay within the state that Walmart first started. And yes, Target's keeping up with the living wage and the low the low cost insurance, and they are keeping up with many other things. So in order for Walmart to do that, they need to start moving their asses and quit expecting and assuming that they are keeping up with the times when they're really not. So listen and actually do it, or get out of the states and stay in the state that Walmart first started. Excuse me 1 second. The other issue is that we've been running into many people who have been asking people for money in the sense of panhandling, which basically is not legal, even in the state of California. Doesn't matter where you're at, really, in the United States, is not legal. Do not give money. If they wanted money that badly, then they could easily straighten their lives up better, and Loaves and Fishes and other organizations and programs can help them out by doing that. Be that, of course, the homeless and various other people. So don't be giving handouts of money to people who say, "Do you have any change? Do you have any change?" I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't go around asking complete strangers for money. And nobody else should. So therefore, although what the people can do, what we at C.R.P.H.A suggest is, instead of giving them change in the sense of dollar bills or coins or whatever, direct them to 311 or 211, whichever the case, whatever it is, for them to get free services to help them to also feed themselves and house themselves. You can direct them to that aspect. But you don't have to give them your cell phone for it either. Just direct them to call that number, and the people who are under the three-digit numbers of 311 or 211, they will help the homeless and the needy with many different things. And also, there is another issue, starting with the area of Sacramento. We have noticed at C.R.P.H.A that many people do not know how to drive appropriately in Sacramento. And what I mean by that is we've seen too many people blocking the crosswalk. We've seen too many people basically going over the crosswalk like this with vehicles right over the crosswalk, where where nobody can get across the street on either direction, and to where they literally have to go outside the crosswalk just to get over to the other side of the intersection. And that is not safe. For those people who are driving in Sacramento City and County, and even on the outskirts of Sacramento, you need to stay behind the double line of each intersection, and do not have your vehicle cover the crosswalk. Do not block the center of the intersection either. Both of those are illegal, and we will report you if we see it again. So basically, those are the issues, and also the other one is we have noticed that that the aspect of C.R.P.H.A. has noticed this one thing, in even one news report. There's been a topic going around whether or not if people should get drug tested before they receive the food stamp card, the EBT card. I find that logical only on one aspect. If the person or persons, doesn't matter who it is, has had any involvement or dealings with narcotics, and even if they claim that they haven't done it since the very first time, even after the very first time, they should still get drug tested. But if the person has not done any narcotics in their whole entire life, and you need to be truthful about this too, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not done any narcotics in your whole entire life, and if you're not truthful about it, then you should get tested. But if you are 100% truthful about it, and you haven't had any dealings with it, even in the legal precedents of situations like arrests and involvement with the city and county PD, including the FBI and CIA, if you haven't had any dealings with the narcotics, and even in those instances, then you don't need to get tested. And that's being truthful. But if you have had dealings with the PD of any city and county, doesn't matter which one, even if you're in a different city and county, you should still get tested if you have had those encounters and dealings when it comes to the basis of narcotics. We have also noticed that Jerry Brown hasn't put forth on doing what we said in the video before this, by disbanding the high tax plan. Because what we said in the video before this one, which was yesterday, we meant it. So Jerry Brown needs to get his ass moving and get rid of the high tax plan in order to get California to be fully employed. The California citizens to be fully employed. There's many ways we can help many of the citizens within reason. And we even offered to help today. We even offered to help a young woman in a sense of employment, among other things. But yet we haven't heard from her yet. But if and when we do, we will help her out any way we can. of course, within reason. And we will do the same for many people that we encounter within reason. And it won't involve money. It won't involve anything that's illogical and not comfortable for either side. The one thing that we will tell you is that our founder, of course, I'm the founder of C.R.P.H.A. I, being the founder of C.R.P.H.A., I saved the person's life, an old friend's life from being hit by a U-Haul truck, and from then on, he thanked me. And I know, in a way, his family members thanked me as well, without even encountering me to tell me that. And in fact, if he's watching this video, I'm sure he thanks me even to this day for saving his life, as I did those many years ago. I'm a humanitarian, therefore I'm a humanitarian advocate, and I will continue to be. Of course, at the same time, I'm single, and if I were ever to get married again, and yes, I said again, and I would, but of course, it would take a lot of positive, emotional, psychological actions from the woman. And I'm not going to name them in a business video, but I will tell you that part of it. That's as far as I'm going right now. If a woman wants to get to know me and where I can get to know her, cool. But if she really wants to be with me, she's going to have to show it, because actions speak louder than words. I can show many positive, emotional, psychological things, and logical things, and realistic things when it comes to being with a woman in a relationship, but the woman has to do the same thing continuously, as I would. Enough said. But of course, if the woman doesn't, then she won't see me ever. If she runs into me, cool, but if she don't, oh well. And at the same time, there are many things that I will do for a woman that's in a relationship with me that I wouldn't do for anybody else. But of course, I would do the many things outside the deeply personal things for my family members as well, that I wouldn't normally do for anybody else. I'm completely free and from the heart. If anybody wanted my services in a full aspect, in the sense of advocating and whatnot else, money. But at the same time, I can do things from the heart for a certain number of people, within reason again. But if it's in terms of advocating, but if I was in a relationship, that's a whole different thing. For my family members, same thing. A whole different thing. We have noticed also at C.R.P.H.A. that there's been many other aspects of graffiti still being done, even on buses. And yet the buses and light rails have cameras. And yes, I know the person is being videotaped, but there hasn't been any interactions from the transit authority security when even when the person is being videotaped in any way, and that needs to change. And for those who are doing any graffiti, you could easily spend your time instead of defacing property, you can do your artwork on a piece of paper. Not on city or not on city and county buildings, not on city and county property of any sort, and not on businesses either. Doesn't matter, because you will be charged and fined pretty heavily if we see you do any graffiti on buildings or property of the city and county. We will report you. If there's anything you want us to discuss on our next videos, please comment down below, and we will possibly need to ask you a few questions in discussion of how it came about and whatnot else. If you have any questions, or even of joining C.R.P.H.A in the sense of advocating, please let us know on that one as well. Thank you. Have a good day. And that was for the United States military, Marines, and Air Force, and Navy. Have a good day, and have a good, safe weekend.